He did it again, Mia. He canceled our Saturday night plans.
Oh no, was it work this time?
Worse, it was them, his friends. A last-minute guys' night out for a football game. We were supposed to go to that new Italian place. I feel like his friendships are always the first priority to him, and I'm just the backup plan.
That's rough. It's not just the canceled dinner, is it? It's what it means to you. Let's look beyond the football game. This is a classic conflict between two fundamental needs: your need for intimacy and his need for autonomy.
Autonomy? He's a grown man. He has plenty of autonomy.
He does, but he might feel like the relationship puts too many limits on his freedom, his sense of self outside of being your boyfriend. When you express disappointment, he might feel controlled, which makes him cling harder to the one space he feels completely free, his time with his friends.
So my reaction, which is basically a plea for closeness and to feel prioritized, just pushes him further away towards them?
Exactly. Your feeling is one of abandonment and deprioritization, a threat to your need for intimacy and security. But Max probably experiences your request for a date as a threat to his need for individual space. You see it as love versus friends, but he sees it as relationship obligations versus personal freedom.
Wow, that framing shifts things. I see his choice as a rejection of me, not a pursuit of them. But why is this so important to me right now?
That's where the love languages come in. What makes you feel loved and prioritized? Is it gifts, touch, acts of service, or is it quality time?
Definitely quality time. That shared, focused attention is my oxygen. When he cancels our date, it feels like he's saying I'm not important enough to give focused attention to.
Right. And Max, maybe his love language is acts of service. He fixes your computer or takes out the trash thinking, see, I'm committed. But that doesn't register as love for you because you need the time. You need to stop reacting to the cancellation, the trigger, and start communicating the underlying need, the love language. When he cancels, don't use you messages like, you always choose your friends over me. That only generates shame and defensiveness and fuels his need for autonomy.
So what do I say instead when he texts me about the cancellation? It's hard not to react immediately.
You wait until you're calm and you use an effective I message that connects the action to your quality time need. You're trying to educate him on how to love you. You can say, I feel really hurt and low priority when our plans are canceled last minute. Especially since quality time is the main way I feel loved by you, could we please reschedule a dedicated date night now? That focuses the conversation on my core needs and not his fault. It makes it about the language of love, not the football game. It's a completely different energy. Precisely. You are giving him the information he needs to love you effectively. He needs to understand that a canceled date is the equivalent of him feeling ignored or unappreciated if he did a huge act of service for you that you didn't notice. You're translating your love language for him.
But what if he still resists giving up his spontaneity with friends? What if he just feels trapped by the idea of scheduling?
Then you introduce the concept of co-creation. You're not aiming for his friendships to stop. You're aiming for a sustainable balance. The goal is to find a solution that simultaneously meets both the need for intimacy, your need for connection, and the need for autonomy, his need for individual space and freedom. You show him that you respect his autonomy so he can respect your intimacy.
So the practical solution lies in proactively managing both needs. You need to respect his autonomy by helping him structure it. We call that scheduling autonomy. Instead of constantly battling his spontaneity, you agree on protected time for both. You negotiate a structure that allows both needs to coexist. How exactly do we structure autonomy without it feeling like I'm putting him on a leash?
You agree on a 2 protected nights rule. You could suggest, let's make every Friday night our non-negotiable sacred date night for quality time, and one other night a week, say Tuesday, is your guaranteed autonomy night for your friends or solo time, no questions asked.
This pre-planned space respects his freedom completely. So if he knows he has Tuesday free for his friends, he might be less resistant to making Friday night a priority with me. It removes the guilt and the feeling of obligation on his side. Exactly. You are turning vague disappointment into a clear, co-created structure. By proactively giving him his necessary space, you eliminate the threat to his autonomy. In return, the scheduled quality time date night becomes a sacred space that clearly meets your need for intimacy and proves you are his priority. That's the balance you're seeking. Remember the core lesson, Clara. You were fighting the symptom, the canceled date. The real issue was the clash between his need for autonomy and your need for intimacy, which was tied to your different love languages. So instead of demanding he stop seeing his friends, I need to communicate that I need him to speak my language, quality time, by setting up clear, reliable boundaries around our couple time. You got it. You switch your message from, "You are rejecting me," to, "This is how I need to be loved." Now, finish your coffee. We need to celebrate your shift in perspective.